And away we go. This is group number 4. Todd, just looking at the early break, who are you keeping an eye on here in group 4?
Man, you got to watch out for Jim and Michael, both driving those BMWs. They've been quick all weekend long. Number 107 and number 3. 107 had the pole.
McAdee in 107 in the BMW M3, and Michael McAleenan in the number 3 BMW GTR.
That was your layout in case you want to take the satellite.
This is our vantage point here from the broadcast booth. And there's McAleenan in the black and red BMW GTR.
Yeah, he just took the lead coming into turn 4 here, Sam, so we're going to have a good battle with these two.
And I understand, too, as you can see in the mid portion of the pack, we've got a couple Shelby Cobras out there.
We do. We have a couple Factory 5 racing Cobras. They're challenge cars. There's actually a series out there for these particular cars. They are a blast to watch, you know, because it's just from the past.
Ooh, we have our first spin out. That's costly for McAleenan, spun out. And look at those two Cobras swerve around to avoid the collision, and some alert driving there off the tight turn.
Yeah, looks like Kevin Smith is the one that spun there. Just probably got on the throttle a little bit too quickly, a little early to get on it that fast.
Did I call him McAleenan?
Yeah.
Okay, let's, I'm going to revoice that real quick. And we have and there's a spin out. Kevin Smith in the number 3 Pontiac Firebird, and some great racing by a couple of those Shelby Cobras to get out of the way.
Yeah, great driving there. Everybody's alert, a little early. Grass a little, the track's a little green right now, but he'll get there and back out.
And out to the other number 3, Michael McAleenan, the BMW, black and red. And he's going to be the racer to beat.
Yeah, he's the car to beat, but Michael's going to give him a shot for it. It's still early in the race.
Something old, something new, just a little bit of everything. And we're going to take some stock cars, some old Cobras, and some new cars as well. I mean, this runs the gamut of different kind of cars out here on the course.
Yeah, absolutely. You get the ultra modern with the 2 BMWs. Lots of time, energy, and money spent on them, and they work very, very, very well.
All these cars have obviously gone through qualifying. They've taken their pre-race laps to lead up to this. How's the track looking out there?
Track looks really good. It's clean. We had the sweeper out there this morning. Got all the little marbles and stuff off racing line. You know, I haven't seen it this clean in a long, long time. They've done a very good job preparing it.
Any advantages for the cars getting the first race in on the day as opposed to the last?
You know, I would prefer to be the first ones out. You know, the track is a little bit greener, but it isn't greasy. The track will tend to get greasy during at the latter part of the day. You also get a bunch of marbles and stuff like that. And temperature, you know, in these closed top cars, the temperatures start really rising in them. So the sooner you get your race done, the earlier you get that race done, you know, the fresher you are.
Well, McAleenan leading early, but look at that battle between 2 and 3 just behind McAleenan. That's 107 Jim McAdee running in second, and Zach George in the Chevrolet Corvette, number 132.
Yeah, those two have been going hard at it all weekend long. Zach was out with our Hare and Hound last night, did a good job, almost got the victory. Just came up just a skosh short, but it was a joy to watch that car run down the field.
You're looking at the leader right now, Michael McAleenan. Right behind him, Jim McAdee trying to close the gap, and followed by Zach George in the Corvette. What kind of speeds are these guys hitting as they hit that straightaway?
Oh, probably at the end of the straightaway. I'm going to say anywhere, you know, I'm going to say Jim and Michael are probably going to be touching the 170, 165, 170 mark.
He says that so nonchalantly. 170, 175, 180, something thereabouts. Tell you what, even the pace car can get up and get some giddy up out there.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to get a pace car. It's a Corvette ZR1, loan to us from Camp Chevrolet, Lithia Camp Chevrolet. Sorry about that, guys. Closest thing to a factory race car you can get.
We'll do it again. We'll do that part again. Tell you, it's not just the race cars that get some giddy up out there. Todd, we've got a special pace car out there this afternoon.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have Lithia Camp Chevrolet loan us their ZR1 Camaro.
Boy, I bet you can't wait to get out in that thing afterwards.
You know, I am looking forward to it, just to drive the thing to say I can. It's well over 500 horse. It's the closest thing to a street car, race car that a normal guy can actually afford.
McAleenan in the 3 car, driving some very good lines. And there's a look at Jeff Pennick in a Chevrolet Impala.
Yeah, Jeff's holding off the 2 Factory 5 cars, the Cobras. It's been tight. We've been watching them, you know, off camera for a few laps here.
Well, he's got a wide berth to get around as well.
It's easy to catch him. It's harder to pass him.
Those tight turns going to be very difficult for him to navigate compared to the Cobras, perhaps, huh?
Well, the Cobras are going to get through the twisty bits a little bit easier. But once they get on the straightaway, you know, he should be able to pull away.
It all evens out in the end, doesn't it?
It does. You know, you just got to exploit the your competitor's weakness.
I mean, look at that sight right now. Again, an Impala being followed nose to nose pretty much by those 2 Cobras. That is a sight.
I think it's really, really cool. It brings it back to the beginnings of this whole thing.
These aren't just for show, folks. These things pack some serious wallop out there.
And here I said that
they took him on the straightaway there.
He took him on the straightaway. Sometimes you just love to be wrong.
There's Zach George again in the white Corvette. Best time coming in 131.374.
Yeah, but look at his second lap on his qualifier. He's only 0.3 slower, so.
Best time out there so far, McAdie at 130.383. That came on his 3rd lap. And that was by far his best time. That was 4 seconds faster than his 2nd best.
Yeah, look at that. He's caught up to Michael there, so he's going to make a race of it.
There they are, the top 2 coming in as far as the qualifying times and as far as what we thought. And sure enough, McAdie and McAleenan 1-2. And they're right on our vantage point here. Let's see if he can overtake them. Not quite yet. So holding on to that slim lead is Michael McAleenan.
That's some good stuff there. They've been doing this all weekend. You know, the folks that are out here watching this great race, they're watching a great race, Sam.
Well, here's an opportunity right now to boxing him out still just a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to try
hairpin turns.
He's going to try an over and under. Unfortunately, he's going to be on the outside going into turn 9 here. He's going to try to outbrake. Oh, look at that.
There he goes. Nice move by Jim McAdie to overtake McAleenan. So the 107 car has taken the lead. The BMW.
Yeah, that was textbook, Sam. That was awesome to watch.
Let's see if McAleenan can return the favor now. That's fun racing for both of those guys. That's what this is all about for these 2.
Absolutely.
Pair of BMWs going head to head and wheel to wheel. Let's see if we can get a race for Zach George in that Chevrolet Corvette.
You know, Zach George is hanging in there. I don't know if he's got enough time to gather it up unless these two do so. Oh, look at here,
Ooh,
Sam.
look at this. He overtakes him. So 3, McAleenan, or he takes the lead on McCaddy, 107. BMWs going back and forth.
Yeah. Let's see what happens when they get up to turn 9. I don't think it's going to I don't think he's going to get past again.
And I understand these two gentlemen know each other very well.
Oh, yeah. You know, this community is very tight-knit. These guys, you can see their cars are painted very similar. Buddies in the paddock help each other. Oh, look at this.
They are jockeying for position back and forth, and McCaddy now has retaken the lead.
And once again, I was wrong, Sam. He made the pass there.
Third lead change, and we're having some fun with a couple of Beamers. Never know where those tight races are going to come. Sometimes they're in the middle of the pack, and sometimes, if you're fortunate, they are at the lead of the pack, and that's exactly what we're getting between McCaddy and McAleenan.
Absolutely. Neither one of these guys are running away with it. Boy, and I just looked over my shoulder, and the two Cobras are still running nose to tail. They're making their own races with them themselves.
This is right in front of our vantage point. You see the two Cobras there. No lead change this time.
There we go.
Oh, on the Cobras we do.
Yeah.
Those Cobras again, Stephen Powell, 133, and Anthony Nadalin, 98. And back to the leaders we go.
Looking in the, look in the background. Zach George is just kind of hanging out there. These two start getting racy. Zach's going to come up and make a bigger race of it.
Jeff Pennick just about to be overtaken now as Michael McAleenan and Jim McCaddy are ready to lap their first car.
Yeah, that's a fast little area getting on the straightaway, and he moved over nicely for him. Let them have their own race.
Well, they're having some fun on the straightaway. We might have another lead change. We do.
Yeah, that was awesome. It looked like he got a little bit of a toe down the straightaway. I have to wonder, Sam, what the side bet in the pits is between these two.
Whatever it is, you want in on it?
Oh, I'm sure it's good with those guys. They're a lot of fun.
I'll tell you right now, the way these two have raced, it's a coin flip.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick either one. I'm going to say a BMW more than likely.
Well, whoever you pick, I would pick the other. We'd have a 50-50 shot.
There you go.
McCaddy hanging on to the lead. McAleenan trying to retake the lead, which he had led for much of this event.
He could be just sitting back, cooling down his tires and stuff, just waiting for another chance at it.
The course is in great condition. Drivers taking advantage. They have overtaken now Kevin Smith, who had that spin out earlier, as he politely obliges and lets them through. Now he'll try to get into that mix and have some fun.
Absolutely. If he can get tucked up under there, he can get a little bit of a toe down the straightaway.
Which is no easy proposition at the speeds that those two BMWs are hitting right now.
Yeah, he'd have to be tucked up right underneath them. I sure like the sound of those things when they keep coming by us.
Never gets old.
Never.
The two cars separated by relative feet, sometimes inches. And here we go, another overtake right now. Wow, look at him hit just that lane, and Michael McAleenan retakes the lead.
For all you that are watching, that was a textbook move into this corner.
just able to box him out there and hang on to the lead. For the moment. Boy, this is true side-by-side racing right now. Check that out, folks. And there are the Cobras once again. Powell and Madeline in the FFR challenges. And they are right in front of those two guys who are having a great time out there, McCaddy and McAlena.
Yeah, they're, oh, look at this again down the straightaway.
About to overtake the Cobras, and that's saying something.
It is. Yeah, those challenge cars are not any slouches by any means.
So the BMWs are about ready to lap the two Cobras. And if my timing's correct, it might be right in front of our vantage point when that happens.
Yeah, they're coming over the crest here.
So they'll move over and let the BMWs through.
Yeah, you saw him raise his hand there. He acknowledged that the two faster guys are coming through, so they're going to move over. Cobras will continue their race. Oh, look at that. He took advantage of it.
That is a sight. Two Beamers, two Cobras, and too much fun.
The old and the new.
McCaddy with the lead. The 107 car against McAlena in the number 3. So the BMW is now putting some distance on the two Cobras. The two Cobras still going back and forth, very close to each other.
Yeah.
So if you were to focus on either of these races, really anyone's race right now, it's a beautiful FFR challenge in the yellow. Stephen Powell, 133.
Yeah, one car in the traditional blue with the, I'm sorry, with the white with the blue stripe, and then the yellow one.
The amazing part is, between the two BMWs, the passing has happened everywhere. There's no part of this course, Todd, that's going to contain them, whether it's a straightaway or a hairpin turn. It's anyone's ball game right now. It's
anybody's. You got a little bit left to go, and they're racing just as hard as. Oh, here we go again. Look at this.
It's the slimmest of margins. Will McAlena make his move here?
That was nice.
There it is. There's the move. This is where the term jockeying for position comes from.
They're putting on a passing and B-pass clinic there.
Certainly they know how to take the lead. It's another thing to hold the lead.
Yes.
And that really is the most important part of the process, is the holding.
You know, and I'm looking at these two cars, and they very, very, very equal in performance.
You race against each other enough, you know each other's moves too.
Oh, absolutely. And you're gonna, you know, someone that you're really close and good friends with, buddies, you're gonna race them a little bit harder because the trust is a little bit higher. Some of my best races that I've had has been against my best friend. Oh, well, here we go down the straightaway.
And off the straightaway, a new leader as McCaddy has overtaken McAlena, and thank you very much.
McCaddy was braver there.
Well, whatever happens, I think it's going to be a close finish. It's just going to be a matter of who happens to be holding the lead at that point.
Exactly. Setting your buddy up. I wonder if we're going to see a pass on the inside coming in here. Nope.
McCaddy perhaps trying to put a little distance on McAlena now, something that neither driver has been able to do for much of the race.
Yeah, he might be hanging back just to cool everything down a little bit, take another run at him.
And here's his run. Wouldn't be surprised if he tried to overtake him here on the straightaway.
No, not at all.
So down the straightaway they come. We'll see if we have a new leader at the end of this straightaway. We will not. McCaddy holding the line and holding the lead. But not by much.
Side by side coming towards us here again, Sam.
We're going to have a new leader here after this turn, folks. Absolutely, we will. McAleenan has overtaken McCaddy now for the lead.
Neither one of these guys are going to run away with it, that's for sure.
Powell and Nadalin in the FFR challenges. Again, Powell is in the yellow, Nadalin in the white with blue. And he has the lead between the two Cobras. They're putting on a clinic.
Yeah, these two have been together all weekend long. Looks like they're having a great time out there, Sam. Oh, look at here. It's tucked underneath him.
Side by side. And Nadalin holds on. We've been blessed with some very good racing so far, clean racing, aside from the early spin out. We've had close contests. Of course, the lead right now going back and forth between the two BMWs. Good line there from McCaddy in the 107 lead car. Blue and orange BMW M3. There's a good look at Jeff Pennick in the Impala, black and red.
Yeah, it looks like he's been slowing down a little bit there.
Sometimes it's lonely out there if you don't have anybody to go up against.
Yeah, that's very true.
You're basically racing against yourself. You got to be careful. You know these courses enough, and I'm sure your biggest enemy is yourself.
That, you know, Sam, that's very true. Sometimes you'll lower yourself off and start looking off at the rocks off to the side, and, well, sometimes you forget to put on the brakes. Make a moment for yourself.
And they look out too much, they'll see one of the airplanes flying overhead from the nearby air show.
Oh, yeah, we've had the Thunderbirds out there all weekend long. And boy, they are loud and they are fun to watch. But I'm a race car guy. I like what I'm seeing in front of me right now.
You could not have asked for a better series of races within Group 4.
Now we got the BMWs 1, 2, and we got the Cobras back there.
Nadalin holding off Powell in those FFR challenges.
I just love to listen to the rumble of those things.
And we're fortunate, the vantage point that we have, we get the sound from the straightaway and then from that tight turn right in front of us.
Yeah, I think we got one of the best seats, one of the best views in the house.
Nip-tuck affair, meanwhile, between the two BMWs. There are two other BMWs out there, actually three. John Wymore and a BMW 330 Ci. We have James Hale, number 362, BMW 325 IS. And Jeff Van Lira, number 59 in the BMW M3. So several BMWs. We also have some Chevys out there. We've seen a lot of Zach George in the 132 car. We also have the Impala, driven by Jeff Pennick. Silverado, John Dashel. then Camaro and Corvette, Joe Menke and Rick Bostrom, respectively. Well, I'm sure you have rubbed elbows with several of these drivers. What can you tell us about the field here?
Well, a little bit further back, Eric Kraus in this Porsche 968. It's the red and the white car out there. When I was racing this group, we've had a couple good battles out there. Good, clean, fun racer, a joy to run with. Number 70, Mac Russell, runs a Nissan 240SX. That's a GT3 car. Tube chassis, silhouette car. Mac, I've seen some records dating back all the way to the early 70s. He's been out there for a long, long time. Neat man. There he is right there. He's been running that car for a few years. Back in the early days, did some Formula Ford and did some Alfa Romeo race cars.
That's Mac Russell in the number 70 Nissan 240SX. And there's the leaders, McCaddy and McAleenan.
Oh, he's got a little bit of a gap there. We'll see how soon that gets closed up.
If past history tells us anything, it shouldn't be long. McAleenan with the lead for the moment. Trying to create any distance he can. He's starting to pull away a little bit here.
Yeah, he's starting to gap him.
Relatively speaking. That's a close race, but from what we have seen here this afternoon, that's as far back as these two have been from each other.
Yeah, that's the biggest gap we've had
since the start. Remember, early on we had Zach George kind of in the mix, trying to get into that 2 spot. Never came to fruition, obviously, as it has been all about the BMWs.
Well, Zach's hanging on to a strong 3rd place right now, so
right now, it's pretty much how it started. McAleenan in the lead, McCaddy in 2nd, and George in the Corvette in 3rd. The gap is narrowed just a little bit between the 2 BMWs.
And those are 2 beautiful cars. And you know, when you come out to see this race, you know, going to the pits, you're welcome in there. Come up and talk to these drivers. They're more than happy to show you their car, let you get up close and personal with them. And like I said just a second ago, tell you all about their cars. Well, maybe not all their secrets, but a good portion of them. Another car here. I didn't catch the number. There we go. There's Eric Kraus, number 39 in that Porsche, and right behind him is Mac Russell in the 70 and the 240SX.
There's another race within a race.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about this kind of racing, Sam, is, you know, we spent a lot of time watching the leaders, and it's been a great race between them. But there's always a bunch of races further back in the field.
You know, when Mac Russell enters this field, he has no illusions of being able to overtake a driver like McAleenan or McCaddy with the cars that the setups that they have. But they have their own personal goals, and we have our checkered flag. McAleenan in the BMW GTR. Jim McCaddy in the 107 BMW M3 in 2nd. And a victory lap for Michael McAleenan as he withstood the charge from Jim McCaddy in a great race between the BMWs.